1-0, ladies and gentlemen, to close things off here in leg number 2, classical derby of MPL ID Season 16. Or can EVOS force another game from the Kings of Kings? Let's get into game number 2 between EVOS and RRQ.
All right, let's see if the fighting aggressive style of RRQ can once again overwhelm EVOS that has gone with a more traditional draft. Not what we were expecting. But already aggression coming in from Key.
Yeah, just a bit of aggression, but the Eve definitely is the one who gets more of the value here, poking Roundel down. Another battle for Lethal.
Seems like both teams are slightly hesitating. Looking at the emblems by GamesMax. Festival of Bloods for both teams. It's all about sustain here.
Wow.
Key though.
This time it's a win for Fairsick, despite the retreat from Albert. And all in over this way low, Purify out already. Albert with a walk up here. But the Revitalize comes around both ways. Key as well, but it's a win for RRQ. Fairsick staying in the mid lane way longer.
There's so much damage, so spammable from RRQ. Whenever they're going for a longer drawn-out skirmish, look at the pressure that Key almost taken out. They're gonna be forced to recall, and RRQ can use that window to try and do something, spot out members of EVOS, mid-rotation maybe. In a late game, in the mid to late game as well, this Joy from Albert is gonna find it quite difficult. Going up against a Ruby and a Hylos, a lot of stun potential.
Oh, Ritz, what flicker? He has flicker, but he decides to save it, and it's first blood over to Albert.
Overconfidence on...
Interesting.
Or under... Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know either. What?
Maybe they just, it's a miscalculation for sure. Maybe he thought Edok had Revitalize?
It was so low though.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more likely for that to be, oh, I'm going to save this for the actual team fight.
I think so.
More than anything.
It's still good for them though. Look at this. Joy's still nowhere to be seen right now. It's going to be a stun over. Double stun with the Vengeance now coming in with the current call. Not used. Rez jumps in, but the Revitalize comes around, and now it actually might be Rez who gets taken out. No flicker for him. That's going to be the pickup. No. Roundel gets away, but still has a Crimson Beacon. Albert's going to be looking for the electrifying beats. Will use it in the end as Edok's going to be shredded down. Roundel walks up again. The Glorious Pathway unable to get used up, and Rendy gets the pickup. Erlan in the stacks.
So even though the RRQ gets that turtle, it looks like EVOS are still the ones holding on to the gold lead. 2-0 from that previous engage, and 1 kill over to Albert. That's a good start for Joy.
Definitely not bad at all here. And again, RRQ don't have that macro cheat code with the chip and the low Yi, so they gotta be a bit more careful here. Little trade taken by EVOS. I don't know what the angle is for RRQ. They just really want to win in these neutral fights, because Rez isn't as threatening anymore with the tankier, more survivable lineup from EVOS.
Oh. Curtain call. Albert takes away the XP crab. I don't know who won the gold crab battle up top, but I think it's Granger.
Right. A bit of a slow early game here. Overall though, Fairsick is farming a lot faster, it seems. Well, someone is from RRQ, because the gold lead that EVOS had is slowly but surely shrinking down.
Oh, bottom lane, almost a solo there. Albert gets away with the farm key, walks out. First item, Sky Piercer again. Erlan really wants that early game.
He's feeling it. But yes, we see the trades happening in the bottom side of the map. Randy forced in a recall.
Bit of a freeze there as well from Rez. You're seeing RRQ do a lot of freezes. There was one earlier by Toy on the top side too. 18 seconds to go. Will EVOS make the first move here? Or is it once again RRQ with a proper 5v5 attempt?
Should be RRQ, right? They're posturing for it right now. Roundel's definitely in position as well to gain some information, but the spammability nature of the Eve is so perplexing now for EVOS.
Okay. Can Rendy get the free hits is the big question now on the CC, because I think it relies on that for them to get through the front line. RRQ could just dive in and win it out. There you go. I'm offended, but there's no one to follow it up. Rendy just walks away. No, I'm offended. Doesn't to pick up as well. Into a double taunt. Current call. RWM locking him down now as Key pumps in Revitalize, and Rendy still there with a Vengeance. And all in with the AOG. Key gonna be cancelled there. 1 for 1. Sky Piercer for Erlan. Turtle for RRQ, and a kill over to Key.
Oh, wow. One kill for Erlan as well though, so 1 stack on the Sky Piercer. He might have been banking on that, which is why he went for that item so early. to get an early stack. Overall, the RRQ maintaining good control here. And along the mid game, once it rolls around, RRQ are going to be tankier than now. So EVOS need to try and find ways to get their damage dealers like Albert, like Erlan, online with more resources.
So who would you say would need to finish things off? Oh, wait a second.
Oh,
That's a ton. Oh, I'm offended from Toy. No bomb just yet. Airline with the flicker out. That's going to be the AOG and the current call locking him down as Airline guides away from the Mountain Shocker. Now an all in with electrifying beats. Toy, don't run Wolf King Alba with a jump. That's a good pickup from Roundo. And Rendy goes 2-0.
Man, that's such good follow-up from EVOS. That would have been disastrous, but what? Now Erlan gets a tower up top, more wave control for EVOS. It is a little bit of a trade by Rez on the bottom side of the map. But all in all, RQ.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
man, they're not really having the better rotation so far, and they're not really winning as hard as they want to be in these fights. And the God of Kacha counter-engage potential is kind of shutting down their movement. Oh, look at Rinse.
Find beats again, but they baited out the RWM and the bravest fighter, so that's a cycle of skills. Revitalize for 2 ultimates.
Wow. Somewhat still value for RRQ. They're going to have more sustain available in the next fight. But again, the backline needs to be a bit careful, Rins.
Oh my god, Rins gets pulled back. They're going to go for it. Rins finally flickers out, but now it becomes worth it for EVOS. Curtain call on Edok. They're going to try to chunk him down, and whoa, they're chunking him real down. The horse is basically taken out of the fight already. He has to recall.
So is Rins, right? Rins gets caught really low as well, forced in a recall. They need a little bit more time for the proper setup because that was a little messy by RRQ. EVOS will be the first ones here starting the setup. Albert's on the way. First level 10. Albert as well. 50-50 now.
Bravest Spider already used up. They're going to go for it now. It's going to be Crimson Beacon out. Roundo stays alive. Resin Flicker out. AOG locking Toy down. That's with the electrifying bees. Albert walks in. No flicker for Rins. Albert walking in. Rendy and Erlan. That should be a free stack, and it is for Erlan. Now 3-0. 3 Sky Piercer stacks to his name.
Uh-oh. That's not who you want to be feeding right now. Erlan was unable to come online in game number 1, but here in game number 2, RQ now have to be very careful with these engages.
Whoa.
I think it's pulled back, but I don't know what for, right? Like, Rendy now gets a better trade. They get a turret down below as well.
And you're seeing a lot of that from Toy. He just goes with the I'm offended and gets 1 or 2 members, but without good follow-up. So I'm wondering what the idea is, because he needs to understand, when he uses that I'm offended, that's one more factor that Rendy, that Albert and Roundel can worry less about. Him holding on to it might be more valuable than just using it off cooldown.
I don't know why. Why does he spam it like that? Is this a factor of him being a little uncomfortable on the fighters again?
What is going on?
That's on a low cooldown, so sure. There's no fights technically, but yeah, they are looking for very weird angles.
On top of that, Ferrisic on the Mountain Shocker really hasn't been as accurate. Whenever there's been like a catch, like a 2-man immobilized with a real-world manipulation, or maybe a stun from Rez, the Mountain Shocker has not really been landing on multiple shockers.
Okay, now that is weird. Curtain call now is given to I'm offended, but the Vengeance comes around. The AOG comes around as well. Rez popping in the Bravest Spider, now going for the second part of it. Rez should be picked up here, has the second part. Rendy taken low, revitalize out. Albert with the walk up now. Ferrisic, no Mountain Shocker. Albert zoning Ferrisic away of his own jungle. Who won that trade?
I think both teams lost on that trade, honestly. Like, they especially for RRQ, they used so much early on, and fortunately they were able to get the turret on their side, involved in the fight.
Oh man,
now look at this, the wave set up by Albert on the top side. RRQ don't have the movement to clear and go for the lore. This could be the angle for EVOS.
They don't have resources, exactly.
Still down.
Bit of a waiting game. Look at Rez going for a flank.
And EVOS know not to overcommit. They just bait out the revitalized kite around. They have a wave up top, so they don't need to go for it. Now it's Rez jumping around. Erlan kiting away. Edok just taken out by the kite. That's a pure buyout. Albert with electrified beats. Ferrisic ball into the music. Erlan going crazy, and Rez is all alone now. Dashes away, but with that, it's free for EVOS to take a lore, to take a turret up top. Rendy. Oh man, look at the diverge, or the division of labor rather.
Man, a 1-for-3 trade amongst everything else that happened earlier on. You can see the map instantly turn blue. These towers are gonna fall. That's a Lord on the way as well. 4,000 gold lead now for EVOS. Erlan at 402.
Yo, EDOC is getting munched on by Randy. Holy shield down. Wait a second. The Lord spawning down below. No way they take a base turret with the first Lord, right?
From the looks of things, it might just be possible. Replay here by the Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. Look at this. EDOC chunked down way too low. Rest with the flank, but who is he targeting?
Yeah.
He keeps jumping in the middle of everyone, and he always tries to... It seems like he's improvising, trying to go on whoever's low. And in this case, it was Roundel, but now that they got him, at what cost? That's a 0-2 Sushin without a Skypiercer. They did not really get anything much from that. But in the base defense, they have the Eve, they have the Ruby. There could be a punish angle if EVOS overcommit, so EVOS need to take it very, very slow here.
Okay. Third call already, though. That's Sonata coming down too with the Brave of Spider. The Glorious Pathway gets sent away. Toys looking for the play here. But they still have another wave, and the bottom lane turret is so low.
They have to be careful here. Because even if, let's say, RRQ want to go for the clear, they have to be a little short range, and the Jushin can utilize it to their advantage. Key can, Randy can. It's not going to be as simple for the defense if things still continue this way.
Yeah, the big silver lining for RRQ is that if they can keep the game going into the later stage of the game, they're going to get poked down by Erlan, but they have the Yi. And technically, you can see the damage from the Yi already ramping up. Rins went for the Divine Glaive immediately after the Glowing Wand, so reducing regeneration, and then immediately trying to find more relevance in trying to melt down Key and Randy, the beefier members from inside of EVOS.
He's actually ahead in gold compared to Rondo.
That's a Sushin though, so not really the best show of a win economically. 60 seconds to go, and now RRQ are the ones just playing the defense game.
Yeah.
And we know that games are no longer as geekable as they used to be.
Wait, Erlan is 3,400 gold ahead of Toy?
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's the problem of that matchup, right? You need to win in the early game. Even if you do win in the early game with Ruby, the marksman will definitely have the better way to, actually stay farmed up. You're more of a fighting hero. Again, you're a fighter. So when you're behind, you fall really far behind.
So we'll wait and see. Fairsick as well, not really looking as good as he did in game number 1. Still going for the same build, by the way. BOD already completed, but no sustain built in for a prolonged fight. They have to try and find an angle to get onto Albert or Erlan here, because the rest of the team is going to take too much time for them to secure.
So Rez needs to hit his skills.
But on who?
Good point.
I'm wondering, should RRQ kind of like try a kite back angle? Because again, if EVOS don't dive in, then Albert can't do much as the Joy, technically. But they've been kind of diving into EVOS and making it a bit of a switch up. If they go for a kite back angle, I guess the issue is they're going to get zoned away from their neutral objective.
This is free.
EVOS immediately jump on it.
Randy's jumping on it too, jumping on the horse. He needs to pop Glorious Pathway, and he does. But Key gets a taunt on two. That's Sonata as well. Albert walking up now. It's fine. B's over. Toy gets an I'm offended. They all fall under out of the Rez goes into the back line, but Erlan gets a double, and it will be a triple for Erlan.
Huh. 1-4-3 trade in favor of EVOS once again. Erlan is...
Wait!
Whoa, over to the back line. Electrify beats! Albert! Finally gets shut down!
But he's alone.
But he's all alone, the baby tiger, up against the boys. Erlan going for the turret lock. This time he won't make the mistake that he did before. He won't walk into the turret with no